True affordable housing for seniors and a project that fits the neighborhood.
That's Waltham City Councilor Joey LaCava celebrating a true compromise for new affordable housing for seniors at the former Leland Home on Newton Street. Ward 5 residents wanted a smaller building and more parking and got it, while the developer managed to keep its funding and footprint.
I stand here tonight to talk about how an originally proposed plan took an entire floor off their building, removed 11 units, and added 11 parking spaces, all while essentially keeping their original footprint and preserving the 3 matured trees on Newton Street.
The City Council voted unanimously on Monday to award $6 million in Waltham taxpayer funding to Brighton-based 2 Life Communities, a respected nonprofit affordable housing developer. The rest of the $33 million total cost would be covered by state and federal funding. 2 Life plans to build 68 units of affordable senior housing at the Leland Home site.
A project where 66 of the 68 units will be at or below 60% of the area median income.
The vote followed months of discussion between LaCava, his constituents, and Lisbeth Heyer of 2 Life, the project lead. 2 Life approached the city's Community Preservation Committee back in February. The CPC approved $6 million in Waltham taxpayer funding for a 79-unit affordable housing development for seniors. 2 Life planned to develop the project as a 40B proposal before the city's Zoning Board of Appeals. But first, the funding request had to go through the City Council. After the vote to approve the money, 2 Life was thrilled to have LaCava's leadership and the council's support. The new Leland Home will be a modern, accessible building with vibrant and welcoming community spaces and housing that will be affordable to Waltham's older adults, Heyer said. When it was first proposed, the project looked good on paper. Senior housing and care costs are spiraling, as the head of the senior center testified during one of 2 community meetings on Zoom.
There is a massive housing crisis in this city for our seniors. I speak to an average of 5 to 7 seniors a day who are being displaced from private apartments that are being sold out from under them.
The Leland Home's outdated rest home model forced it to close last November. Meanwhile, 2 Life is thriving, with roughly 1,500 affordable units in nearby communities. So Leland Home officials were eager to partner with the nonprofit to continue their long mission of senior care in the Watch City. The state-of-the-art new Leland Home would offer front desk ambassadors and extensive enrichment programming for vibrant, busy seniors aging in community, and be located right next to the senior center and transit nearby. Waltham residents would be given preference for the apartments. But there were some drawbacks. The historic home and other buildings would have to be demolished. Meanwhile, neighbors around Newton and Main Streets grew more and more frustrated after they saw these renderings of the project, with 3 floors on the front and 4 in the back.
It's just way too large for the site. And I'm respectful of the need for a lot of units to make it financially viable. But this is a tough site in a neighborhood where you can't find a place to park.
Some neighbors felt their voices weren't being heard during neighborhood meetings.
So there has been no change. So how much are you willing to work with the neighborhood and our concerns?
Kai Sonntag, who lives on a street near the proposed parking lot, contacted dozens of neighbors with a petition. Councilor LaCava showed his petition during a passionate speech at the last council meeting in June before the summer break.
I'm deeply saddened that this council conspired behind my back to jam this through at 2:35 in the morning. 79 units isn't going to fix the city of Waltham. It's just going to put a monster on a small lot. What's it, 10 pounds of something in a 5-pound bag? I would love one more month to try to see what we can do about the size of this project.
LaCava went back to the drawing board with Lisbeth Heyer of 2 Life over the 4th of July weekend. This week, he was elated at the results.
As I've stated before, the city of Waltham is not finished with their needs for affordable housing, but approving $6 million of CPA funds tonight is surely a great step.
Meanwhile, Kai Sonntag was also pleased that his voice was heard during the process. I am glad that 2 Life reconsidered the scope of the project after initial reluctance to address neighbor concerns. Voicing our concerns made a difference and improved our relationship with 2 Life. The project now heads to the city's Zoning Board of Appeals. Among the issues up for discussion is what to preserve from the historic property. The projected completion date is 2024. For Waltham Newswatch, this is Chris Wangler.